If I had to go to work on a morning like today, I would not be happy. But today, I'm feeling in a positive mood. You get that fresh air hitting your face when you walk out the door. And yeah, I'm excited. So I've got with me the iFootage TC7 Fastbowl Gazelle tripod and also the Komodo K5S fluid head. iFootage actually saw me do a video here a couple of months ago where I was showing out some drone filters, and they liked the video, but they thought they could improve my production value with giving me a better quality tripod. I really like the grip that it has here, so it feels really solid and secure in your hands. And you know, if you're holding it just here, especially on a cold morning like today, it would feel very icy, whereas this feels nice. It feels secure. You've got a spirit level there. You can just change it here, so it's very easy to get your shots level. I'm used to having a center column, so that would be my only thing about this tripod is it's what I'm used to. You know, you have that center part of the tripod where you can make those minute adjustments. If you really need that, then iFootage also do the TC5 and the TC6. The advantage of this, there's two advantages to this, actually three advantages. The first one, the max payload. So this is only 1.86 kilograms, this tripod, but it can hold 9 kilograms, which is really impressive. So if you're giving up the center column, you gain the advantage in terms of strength. And also, this is the key thing about this tripod, is the fast bowl system. So if you're going to load up a motorized slider, I hated in the past having to apply that to the tripod because it would be so fiddly having to do that. With this, okay, so you have your motorized slider attached here already. That simple. Another advantage of this is getting low shots. It's quicker. So all you have to do is just pull out these levers here and then adjust the legs there, okay? So you see how low that gives you the potential to go low very quickly. Let's try and gently pan with this swan at the same time. Oh, I love the mist, especially in this area. Okay, let's get out of 120 because I want to show you plenty of 30 frame shots as well. I might try the clear image zoom as well, you know. So obviously this is at 500mm here on the Tamron. I was tempted to get the Sony, I think is it 200-600. It's amazing how much of a difference getting this low on a long lens just gives you a look to your work that you've never had before, and it's quite something really. I did come out yesterday evening actually, just before the Newcastle game, which was very lucky. We didn't really deserve to win that match, if I'm being brutally honest. I was just noticing how nice it looked. Long lens, getting nice and low. I wish you could film ducks all day and make a career out of it. I'd be down for that. The Komodo 5S fluid head. What I like about this is you've got the option of, this is something I'm not used to before, you can have this lever on either side. So if you're in a confined area, you're not quite sure where you're going to be looking at the camera, you can easily swap over. I love travelling lightweight. The scene when I went off to Bristol and I was just taking my drone and the Pocket 3, I feel a sense of freedom when I have that. So if you're at that stage and you're not yet ready to buy a big tripod and a fluid head, carry on enjoying that because it is a great feeling going out and creating these shots. When you're in a home city, and I've been just opening the window in the mornings or just coming down here, and in this scenario, I like having a long lens and trying out different shots. I think to really test out a tripod, you've got to take it off into the mountains, more challenging terrain. So I went off to Snowdonia, and this is when you're going to really test out the benefits of having a carbon fibre tripod. You've got lightweight and it's also very strong and sturdy. The first shot I did was at this little waterfall, and I think a really underrated shot is the subtle tilt. What I really like about the Komodo K5S fluid head is you can tweak the settings so the fluid head will tilt for you. And it's one of these things I've never really thought about, but I've done a lot of tilts in the past, especially when I was doing a lot of stock footage, and you can do it manually yourself, but I would always have to add in stabilisation because there'd be a little bit of shudder. So this just gives you a little bit of professionalism. I actually nearly fell on my ass a couple of times on this trip, but the tripod was secure, that was stable, and it really helps having the padded feet. You can change from padded to having a nice spike, which is what you want in this rough terrain. The height of the TC7 is very impressive. It comes in at just over 60 inches, and of course when you add on your fluid head, your camera body, it can get pretty high. And particularly when you've got a tripod like this that doesn't have a centre column, you've really got a nice balance there of having stability at a good height as well. Just then there's a couple of lads taking the photos in front of this lake, and they were yapping away, taking their selfies, and I just thought, get away. I had been thinking more about getting a high quality tripod because I wanted to do top downs and use them for that. iFootage give you this bag which fits both the tripod and the fluid head in really nicely, and it feels very comfortable and padded walking around with it on your shoulder. I was going to wear my camouflage gear, but Dave has turned up looking like he's part of a LinkedIn shoot. I mean, what's the point of me dressing in this? The birds are going to see him going around like that. He's got into properties recently, might as well throw that away. And he's sort of going to get himself some nice shots. I'm just not getting the suit in the forest idea, but...
It's random, but that's my personality, isn't it? Random.
So yeah, what are your first impressions of this?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Weight, spot on. The builds, you can tell it's quality. That's going to last you a very long time.
I've bought a few different tripods over time. If I was to go back in time, I would tell my former self, going on the theme of the previous video, don't spend your money on jib cranes, which I did. Don't spend your money straight away on sliders. Get yourself a good tripod. It'll last. Rather than getting 3 or 4 different ones, get one good decent one. You're going to have all these different drones, all these different camera bodies. This will hold its value and its value for longer. How many times have you seen me with a fairly good tripod collapse? He gets himself on LinkedIn and he's got all these business calls. Look at him strutting around in his suit, thinking he's, do you know what I mean? He's got these all these money to be made. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, right. Have you seen me go out in nature? The wind, boom.
I've actually got a clip of it. We'll show it right
now. Have
you?
Yeah. You've got a clip of it falling over?
Yeah, we'll show it right now.
Okay. Let's get you changed. There we go.